Well, I just left the sauna. This morning, the gym was terrible. Well, I'm not going to say it was terrible, but it was not what I wanted it to be for being positive and trying to push myself these last couple days. I think I pushed myself a little bit too hard. And that being said, when I went to squat, I got really nauseous. I know, for a lot of people, that's what people do. Pushing yourself and blah, 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 and all this. It's great. It really is good for you. But I wanted to make this video just to kind of explain where I'm at in life, mentally and physically, and to show people that just because you're pushing yourself doesn't mean you're always lifting the heaviest weight. I can lift very heavy weights. I'm in very good shape. I eat very healthy, very clean. I track everything I do, all the way down to micronutrients, or macros, all of my steps, my sleep, my tasks. I track everything. I'm always on a checklist. I'm always on the go. I'm always moving. I'm always go, do. So even though for a lot of people on leg day, their goal is to do squats so heavy that they pass out, I don't have to have that goal. And I don't think you should either, but I don't have to have that goal. And I'm saying that because whether it's leg day, arm day, rest day, well, rest days I'm getting to, whether it's a workout day, whether it's a cardio day, whether it's a day spending with my kids, whether it's a trip to the grocery store, whether it's mopping my floors, I always give 100%. I never give less. I always push myself, just as you should. Now, that being said, if you're pushing yourself all the time and doing everything you can every day to be physically and mentally stronger, then on that mental side of it, you got to be able to realize that everything in your body, every decision that you make comes with a price that your brain sacrifices. And what I mean by that is you take for granted the fact that you can move and do and try and even sleep. You take for granted the fact that you can lay around and watch TV all day, but you're not putting any effort into what's behind it. And what's behind it is the maturity, the growing, the positive reinforcement you're getting from breaking your brain down. Just like you break a muscle down, you break your brain down. And my brain is so broken down that it's time for it to repair. Now, what's the best way to repair? Rest. If you break an arm, they don't tell you to go play basketball. They wrap it in a cast and tell you not to use it. If you are completely wore out and about to pass out, your body doesn't say, hey buddy, let's keep running. You pass the fuck out. That being said, we have to not treat ourselves like shit on the days that we need rest. And we have to continue to be strong on the days we need rest, because what I'm learning, and maybe some of you have already learned this, maybe some of you are learning this too, but what I'm learning is that rest and taking care of your mind can overcome anything and everything. Whether it's heavy weight, whether it's a relationship, whether it's your diet, it doesn't matter. They say that how discipline is key and being the master of your emotions. I cannot stress enough that if you neglect that, your brain will teach you, just like it's teaching me right now. that is the master. That you have to be the master of your emotions, that you have to control yourself. Otherwise, you will fail. And if you don't realize that you're failing, then you're not trying that hard in the first place. I've pushed and pushed and pushed for a while now. And I just feel like it's time to really grow in all aspects, and that's why I started doing these videos. That's why I wanted to make some content and redo some things on my own in the first place, a reevaluation of self. And I think that taking care of your mind and being faithful to your rest is probably one of the most important things. I've been taking the Sigma. I know it's one of the things I've talked about a little bit in my videos, and I'm going to talk about it more as this continues to go on, but this even brings me to another point where Sigma is a testosterone booster. With me being a type 1 diabetic, already being older, coming up on 40, I only got a couple more years. I stay in the gym, I work hard, I eat well, I'm mentally and physically stressed out all the time. So my cortisol levels are probably through the roof. Those are all things that I'm working on, but they also are things that can ultimately take your test levels and drop them or plateau them or block them. Essentially, your anabolic growth goes down as soon as your cortisol levels go up. That's science. So you stress out, you're not gaining, you're losing. So I'm going on day 5 now of taking the Sigma. Day 1 was nothing. I didn't feel anything. You never do. At least I don't feel like it. Day 2, I don't feel like I felt anything. Day 3, I don't feel like I felt anything. Day 4, I don't feel like I felt anything. Except, on day 3, I realized something. I was on the treadmill, I was running. And I'd already worked out for almost an hour. I'd already done a warm-up on the treadmill before I worked out for 30 minutes. And I'd been on the treadmill for about 17 minutes. And I only know that because that's when I remember thinking this thought. And the thought was, why am I not sweating? I'm hydrated. I promise you I'm hydrated. I drink more water than most people. I'm only saying that because I know some of you probably drink a lot of water too. But I drink an overabundant amount of water, to the point where I was listening to a podcast the other day about how drinking too much water can actually be bad for your health. And I had to sit down and think, am I drinking too much water? That's how much water I drink. Not sweating. So day 4 comes around. Go to the gym. I push myself even harder. Really hard, actually. I mean, I'm talking on my bench, because I had a partner with me. I tried to, I'm not going to say max out, but I took what weight I would have done as a max and literally repped it out for 4 reps. 3 of those reps I needed help on. Really, and I mean by help, I mean like, putting your hand on the bar, giving you a little bit of support so that you can continue to get the weight up. Push the fuck out of myself. No sweat. Worked all night last night. Got there about 1 o'clock. Left about 9:30. I moved so much. Nobody could touch me yesterday. There's no way. I was way too in the zone. Focused, testosterone. Clearly, it's working. So we're on day 4, and I know this is working, but I also noticed that I'm not sweating. So, that being said, I go to the gym today, tell myself that I'm pushing myself, tell myself that I'm going to do all these things. Really really mentally was on it. Shouldn't have been an issue. But after I did my warm-up on the treadmill, go to do squats, load up the squat rack, do a couple squats, got nauseous. Went into the locker room, ate a banana, started talking to myself. Mind you, at this point in time, I'm still completely mentally focused. Even right now, I'm mentally focused. These are things that I know I need to check off my list. These parts of discipline that I tell myself are going to be okay, and I push past them, and it's time to stop pushing so hard past the things that turned out bad. Not watching an accident happen. It's time to stop pushing past the things that I know are hindering my growth. That being said, if I've pushed myself for 4 days in a row to where I'm about to get sick doing squats, and I've been hydrating, and I've been eating right, and I've not been sweating, and my insulin response has been so good, I have so much energy, I'm sleeping better, all of these positives are not going to continue to be positive if I make myself sick. It'd be different if I didn't have those positives. If I was going to squat and got nauseous and decided to push through and was like, well, I slept like shit last night. Oh, well, I'm not really hydrated. Oh, well, no. I don't have any of that. What I have is complete body awareness. All of my boxes have been checked, and my body told me, buddy, you need a rest. So 5 days, no sweat. I go to the sauna just now. I've been doing the red light therapy infrared sauna twice a week. I went and did it. I was sweating so much, it felt great, so good. And that's part of healing, part of relaxing. There's no point to this story. I'm literally just telling you about things that I see in my own life, in my own routine, in my own structure, that maybe if you are watching this or end up watching this whole video, who knows if you even watch the whole video or not, but if you do, maybe you feel it. Maybe you've done some of the same things. Maybe you've put yourself in the same situation. And if you haven't, maybe you want to. This could be some motivation. I don't know. What I do know is you're not losing anything if ultimately you're pushing yourself as hard as you can. And that's not for anybody else to decide except you and your brain. Your brain's going to tell you when it's time to stop. Your brain's going to tell you when it's time to go. It doesn't matter what supplements you're taking. It doesn't matter if you're not sweating. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're eating like shit, treating yourself like shit, doing shitty things, your brain is going to always live in a constant state of self-doubt. And it's going to raise your cortisol levels, and you're going to be chunky. You're not going to have a good anything. You're not going to have a good sex drive. Or you might have a good sex drive, but you fucking jerk off all the time because you're a piece of shit. Or you're not going to have good gains in the gym, even though you're like, man, I eat all the time. I do this, and I count my calories. But, bro, or ladies, whoever, there's something you're missing. You're missing the fact that your brain controls everything. That when them neurons start firing, that's what tells every single little part of your body to react in a certain way. Everything from your dreams, to your workout, to your relationships, to your mental clarity, it doesn't matter. It does not matter what it is. Your brain and your emotions control everything. And one of those those things that blocks it, that blocks you from being better, is your cortisol levels. If you can't learn to control your emotions, your cortisol levels will take over. You will continue to damage your brain, and you will continue on this downward slope that even if you think is an upward slope, it's not. You may be trying your very best to make it an upward slope, but if you're not being honest with yourself, if you're not being true to what your brain says, and if you can't figure out what your brain says, then you need to really, really evaluate your own life, your own self. The world is changing. Life is too short nowadays. We have zero reason to be holding back. We have zero reason to be acting like we're going to be around forever. We have zero reason to act like money's not scarce. We have zero reasons in this world to continue to be shitty. It's time to step up. It's time to listen to yourself, listen to your brain, control your emotions, and push. Push, push, push. Be a better person. Make better choices. Love as hard as you can. Accept who you are. Accept the people around you. Don't take no shit. Today's going to still be a good day. Even though my workout sucked. Even though I don't feel like I got in what I needed to get in, I know for a fact that my brain is telling me to relax. And I know that by the time I relax and I go back to the gym on Thursday morning, that I'm going to feel so good. And if something were to happen to where I don't make it on Thursday, because I'm already telling myself that I might need an extra day of rest, it is okay. It is okay. We're all going to be all right. Life is just one step forward, one foot in front of the other. Just do it, like Nike says. All the things. All of the things. Do you. Take care, shit. Have a good day. I'm going to upload this to Facebook and YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe. I'm going to be posting more stuff. If you're on Facebook, shoot me a comment. Like it. Watch the whole thing. If you watch the whole thing, give me a thumbs up. Anything. Hope you all have a good day. I'm going to go home and eat some eggs and zucchini. And I'm going to take me a little nap. And I'm going to go get my daughter later and have a good night and rest and watch TV and drink plenty of water. And let this body heal. Because I'll tell you what, these gains are real. Whether it's up here, or right here, or in here. Love y'all.